You want to start phone reselling? Do you think that you can buy old phones and broken ones and do something with it to make money from it, resell it? Well, I'm going to be telling you my story about how I resold phones, tons of them, and there's so many more, and lessons that I learned, how I basically got ripped off, screwed over, and how I had to end up giving it up because I ended up getting bankrupt. So now, what happened? I followed the advice that everybody else said. Go on Facebook Marketplace, message 1 million people, and then somebody somewhere will respond to you. And I messaged hundreds of people. I was on my phone. I remember just like yesterday, we were down by the coast in a fancy tropical location. My father had spent a lot of money and saved up for the whole year to go on holiday. And what was I doing? Like a little idiot boy. I was going on my phone. Facebook. Hi, how are you? Can I please buy an iPhone 15 Pro Max 512 gigabyte space gray for $2? Lowballing. Eventually, the Lord himself had graced me with an opportunity. And you're not going to believe what happened. I got an iPhone X for $100. Now in South African terms, because I live here just by the equator in South Africa, that's about 1,200 Rand. Brilliant price. So I said, 100%, please can we meet at this location at this time? And they said yes. They came with their Uber and they got out the car. We met one another. Okay, perfect. Now I get the phone. I see it. I say, this is an interesting phone. But the problem was, I like iPhones. You can see how I love my iPhone. Clearly I love it, smashed all over. But clearly I love the iPhones. And I started getting emotional. I really started to feel this deep sense of panic. What if I get the wrong phone? Am I paying too much? And I was overthinking it too much in my head. And because I was emotional, I made the incorrect choice. What happened was the cell phone had a camera problem, so it didn't record properly. Microphone problem, didn't record audio properly. And the screen was lifted, which means that the original screen, here you can see on this old phone, doesn't work. All these phones are broken now. Can you see? That's why I have them. Can you see how the screen sits flush? Now with this phone, it had been replaced. So it had been sitting very high. There was a thick gap, but I didn't notice it as I was buying the phone. I thought this is fine. And I took the phone, and as I was walking away, I tried to put in the passcode, and I didn't know the passcode. So I asked the lady, please can you tell me what the passcode is? She tried to sell me a phone with a replaced screen and a PIN code that hadn't been unlocked. Thank goodness I wrote down the PIN code 450216, 450216, put it in and unlocked. When I got back inside, I said thank you very much and paid her the money. I sent her the electronic payment. When I got inside, this is the saddest part of the whole story, I started to push in the screen because I thought, well, maybe it's just a matter of the screen not fitting nicely in the case and it needs to be pushed in properly. And I started pushing and nothing happened. I pushed a bit harder and then I got one of those lines. Now imagine you've just spent your hard-earned money, and again, back then all I had was $100. It was all my savings, all my money, from everything. Trying to paint numbers on the street for my friends and neighborhood friends, and doing jobs, washing dishes for my mom, and trying to get an odd job here and there, or pairing, tutoring, etc. It was all my money for $100. Gone like that. Because the second I saw that screen got a green line, I knew that everything was over. And so then I got so frustrated and I tried to push it in more and push it in more and push it in more, and I ended up messing up the screen and I didn't even sell the phone. So that really set me back. It set me back emotionally and also financially. Because that's what happened. That really is what happened. But what could have happened could have been a flip side. I could have got the phone for $100 cheap, put it online, and the same day sold it for $150, made money, took my mom out for lunch, bought coffee and bought pizza for everyone at home. That could have been the story, and that's how it should have been. So does that mean that I should give up? No. I want to tell you, if you're doing phone flipping and you do exactly this, I'm going to tell you what I did. I messaged 200 people plus on Facebook, lowballing them. Hi, can I please buy your iPhone 6 for $50? And a few people said yes. But the problem was that I was going to have to travel to them. So what you do is you say, please will you come to me? That's how you do it. I messaged 200 people and every single one I said, please can you message me? So that's exactly what I did, and of those 200 people, 2 people responded. The one person wanted to sell me an iPhone 6, but they couldn't make their way to my location, and the other person made their way to the location, but I didn't verify. Then what happens is, when you lowball people, they might respond, oh, you son of a mother effer, they swear, because they get angry when you lowball them. But here's what you can do. You can offer them a reasonable offer, right? Obviously within your budget, knowing that you can reset it. And then you meet them at a location, tell them, I'll pay you a reasonable offer, but you must come here. Once you meet them, you could, and again, at your own discretion, because in South Africa maybe they rob you if they know you're going to bring cash. So whatever, be safe when you're doing these kind of deals. But the point is, they'll bring the phone, you meet them in person at your normal offer. So let's say I was going to buy the iPhone X. I'll tell them I'll pay you $200. And they say yes, because $100 is a serious lowball. But when they come, I'll say, hey, the screen's broken. It's got a scratch here. Let's test the microphone, test the camera, the IMEI number, it's network locked. And then you can bring them down from 200 to 100, because then they are emotional and they want the money and they want to leave. So you've put it in their court compared to you being emotional. I found this eBay reseller online, brilliant guy actually, I don't know his name. And he said that when he does circuit breakers and gym equipment, well, I don't know exactly, but he resells everything on eBay. And he said whenever he resells and buys stock, he never ever buys something that he likes. So for example, if he likes wearing watches, he never buys watches. If he likes dress suits, he never buys dress suits. He will buy the most obscure thing, like dirty old breakers, or second-hand shoes, or bed frames, or curtain rails, etc., etc., etc. Because there's no emotional attachment. So when he's buying the curtain rails, he doesn't care about getting the perfect rail in gold alloy material with a zinc sharpened edge, because he's not a nerd. All he cares about is buying stock that's cheap to resell it for profit. And that's basically what I did with the cell phone reselling. But then I took it to one new level. I literally took it to the next level. So yes, I was messaging people, fine. And I'd heard from other people that you must advertise for phones, that you pay for electronics, that you buy stuff. So I put an ad up on Gumtree, but I reverse engineered it. I took a photo of an iPhone using fancy design software, blurred the background, put pink and black text, put my phone number, expertly engineered those ads and did an A/B test. Not even A/B test. They say A/B test where you try this design and see which one gets more traction. I did an A, B, C, D, E, F, G test. All of the letters of the alphabet. All different color schemes, numbers, seeing if I use this background, this color, that color. Should I show money? Should I not show money? Should I show a photo of the phone, an iPhone, a Sam? I tried everything. And so I put the ad up on Gumtree and I got 735 views with a link to my WhatsApp number. Next thing, my phone started getting blown up. I have a Lenovo computer, I want to sell it to you. I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max, I want to sell it to you. I have a Samsung, I have a Huawei, I have a J3, I have My phone was blowing up. And the problem was I didn't have any money. So I said to hell with it, deleted all the chats, took down the Gumtree ad and said to hell with it. But the point is, if you message 200 people, you will get a few offers lowball. Get them to come to your location and make sure that you tell them you're not going to be carrying cash, so that it's safe. Then, use Gumtree to get people to bring you phones. Because here's the problem. Every single time there's a cheap phone, hundreds of other people are doing iPhone reselling, competing with you. If you put a Gumtree ad, you're the only person. So then it's easier to phone them. Also, always phone them. If you phone a person, if you phone a customer or phone a person you're going to buy a phone from, and they answer and they're receptive, and they're willing to do a video call, and they show you things about their life. When I bought the iPhone 6, okay, I didn't buy it, but I was dealing with the guy. His name was Lwazi. With Lwazi, he wasn't just a normal guy that you message and he tries to scam you by selling you a phone or getting you to do a deposit. No. Lwazi was a legend, because when I phoned him, he answered, and when I did a voice call, he showed me his son. He said, here's my iPhone 6, you can see the camera's working, a little cracked, but here's the iPhone 6 for $600. And because I saw him on the video chat, I immediately trusted him more. But I, again, said, Lwazi, you have to come to my location. If the guy does a phone call and a video call, he responds to your chats on time, and he'll come to your location, more likely than not, you can trust him if he shows you the phone. But again, viewer discretion is advised. Be careful, especially if you're in South Africa doing iPhone reselling, because sometimes they'll have everything. They'll show you the phone, live video chat. They don't care. Whatever they have to do, they'll do it to get you to meet them in person so they can bring out a gun and rob you, or that they can get a deposit and steal your money. So be careful, but this is my story of how I tried iPhone and Samsung and phone flipping in general.